After taking Monday off, the Huskers hit the field here on Tuesday for practice number 10. Hi, Sean Callahan for HuskerOnline.com. We talked to defensive coordinator Erik Chinander, a number of defensive coaches and players, and a lot of talk just wrapping things up from the scrimmage the team had on Sunday.
I thought the scrimmage went well. We did some really good things on defense. I thought we tackled pretty well. A couple missed ones we got to get cleaned up, but overall I thought the tackling was really well, and that's what you want to see, when we go live. That's a piece we haven't got as much yet. Caused a couple turnovers. Coach Frost put us in some good situations that we need to teach from and get that dialed in, because with this older group it's going to be a little bit more about getting lined up and executing the defense and more about mastering the situations as we move forward. So I think a little more of that work is necessary, but I was pretty pleased.
Scrimmage was really good. I thought the guys had a good amount of reps, good amount of work. I thought up front in the trenches, it was a good battle back and forth with the offensive line and defensive line, so that was good to see. But the guys that are going to play for us, guys that I'm going to lean on a lot, those guys showed up during the scrimmage. So that was encouraging, seeing Ty make plays in the backfield, see Casey Rogers make plays in the backfield. Having Ben Stilley back now for training camp is really, really good for us. So it was good. Damian Daniels did some really good things, and I think he's probably having the best training camp practices that I've seen since I've been here.
I thought we did pretty good. I thought we did a lot of great things, and then some things we need to work on as well. I don't like to give us too much credit right now. I think there's always room to get better, and but to go out in the stadium the way they did and compete and also fly around and have fun, it was rewarding to see it.
Defensively, scrimmage went really well. I think it was a good first time of the year where we got to get a rotation going, simulate a game, simulate situations like we would in a game. Coach Frost put us, like I said, in different situations throughout the field, just like we would be in a real game. And it's always nice the first time you get to do that. It's not a test run, but it kind of is in the same way. We get to see what we need to work on, what we're good at, what we need to, like I said, need to keep focusing on. And altogether, I think a lot more positives came out than negatives. But we can always get better, and we can always keep working. And I think we set a good standard during that scrimmage.
Big theme right now for Nebraska on defense is depth, particularly on the front seven.
You're definitely talking about two platoons at every position up front, and probably a third at most. So it's a pretty deep group. You definitely want to, now that we've developed some depth, you want to get those guys some breaks. You want them to be able to rush the passer and be fresh for that and play the run. But you also want to get the best guys enough reps. So I think that's a good balancing act, and Coach Tuioti and Coach Dawson are doing a good job with rotating those guys right now. And I don't see a huge drop-off between the ones and the twos.
Yeah, I like to get 7 to 8. But I feel good about the 6 that we have. I think a guy like Nash is really pushing it right now. He's had a really, really good camp. Out of all the young guys, he's a guy that I'm really excited about. The other young guys are coming along, but Nash out of the young group is a guy that's been, ahead of the pack.
Yeah, like you said, especially on the D-line, we're a really old group. We got a lot of depth. We got some vets, and we got a lot of young guys too. Right now, the young guys are just focusing on closing that gap between the vets and the rooks, and I think they're doing a really good job of that. But they need our help to be able to do that. We've been in games, we've done stuff on the field. We know what it takes. We've been in their shoes. So I remember as a freshman, all I wanted was information and tips from the old guys. And I was lucky enough to have Carlos and Khalil and Darian and all those guys, Freedom, Akamaladu, and Mick Stoltenberg, all older than me. So I was able to, take tips from them and stuff like that. And I think us old guys, especially, I'm focusing on is giving back to the freshmen who are coming up, who need the same stuff, who are probably looking for the same information that I was when I was a kid. And I think that's really important because, we have a brand in the D-line room, and I know the whole defense does too. But we got to teach those young guys how the brand is ran. You know what I mean? So I think that's a huge thing in developing those young guys to be able to play at a level that we're all playing at.
And a couple of those guys that have really started to make a push for more playing time on that front seven, both defensive linemen Jordon Riley and Deontre Thomas, who battled different types of injuries a year ago.
I just give thanks to that to Coach Duval. I was waiting about 3:30. close to 340 last year, but I really made it an initiative, coming in this summer to really drop the weight. And Coach Duval, and I got with Coach Duval and Dave, our nutritionist, and they really helped me a lot with that. And I feel it tremendously, moving way a lot quicker, way a lot faster. My reaction is way faster playing. So give thanks to those guys. They helped me a lot with that.
My body feels the best it has ever felt. Like, I feel good. I'm running faster. I'm hitting gaps faster. Like, I feel great. I feel great.
Still some questions about where the secondary goes for Nebraska, and Travis Fisher wasn't tipping his hand on that open spot.
One thing about it, I recruited them all, so all of them are my favorites. I think right now those guys are competing at a high level, and every day is different. It's someone new every day that steps up. I mean, Marquise Buford had an injury, came in with an injury, and he's back off that injury. And right now, if you look at him, you'll think he never had an injury. So I'm very proud of Marquise Buford and the way he's came back off a ACL, crucial knee injury, and he's back and running around. And man, he's impressive. He's fast. He's good. I'm very impressed with him.
We did catch up, though, with a couple of the guys in contention for some playing time this year, in both Quinton Newsome and Miles Farmer.
I mean, I think that Miles and Q are veterans now. I mean, those two guys are not young guys. I mean, they're doing a great job, and they're going to play a lot of football here in Nebraska, a lot of good football here, and I think the future is very bright for both of them.
It's not a specific job I'm fighting for. It's a safety spot. Two safeties on the field, but it's both safeties playing the same thing in the entire game. So I'm still fighting to get on the field. It's those guys that's sitting there in my spot. I wouldn't say my spot, but the spot that I want. So yeah, I'm fighting for that.
Have you been working at that nickel spot at all?
No, I haven't worked at nickel. They got me strictly at safety right now.
I feel like that just makes me want to go harder, and just keep on competing, because nobody really has a solid spot. So I feel like it just makes me want to compete more and more, and the more competition, I feel like it makes me go harder. And these guys who competing for the number two spot, they want the same spot as me. So it's just competition that makes each one of us better.
Another emphasis this camp has been special teams. Do not be surprised if you see more of Nebraska's frontline starters playing on special teams.
I think everybody in my room should be on special teams. I mean, if I'm traveling 11 guys, I think 11 guys should play special teams. So I feel pretty good about the guys that, who we're going to have travel. I feel pretty good about those guys playing special teams, and that's all of them.
Oh, they bring the juice. Coach Dawson brings the juice to practice. Coach Bush, he puts an emphasis in special teams meetings before we go out there and work on what we're working on. So special teams is a big factor, and Coach Frost, Coach Bush, Coach Dawson, they made a big emphasis on that this fall camp.
Chinander did say here on Tuesday the team has stayed fairly healthy through 10 practices with the Huskers in Lincoln. I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.